Your live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Another wonderful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner gets us set for basketball between the Appomattox Raiders and the Altavista Colonels. Let's go first for the Colonels. They average 67.5 points per game, giving up just a shade over 66 points per game. Coached by Casey Johnson, 7th season for Coach Jay. We'll say hi to his mom, Sherry, who likes to tune in. Got to say hey to Coach Mike Cardellaro, who gives us a listen from time to time as well. Back to these Colonels, 10-11 on the season. They will be in the Region 1B tournament, and that will start on Saturday. If the Colonels can get a win here today, they will lock in a matchup with Rappahannock County. Rapp County will be the 4 seed. Altavista will be the 5. Starting lineup for the Altavista Colonels, Christian Garvin, 27 against Gretna. He averages over 18 on the season. He'll be joined out there by a fellow senior, Spence Fisher, averaging 10.5 points per game, 7.2 rebounds a contest for Spence Fisher. Third senior in the lineup will be number 3, Jamari Slayton. And Slayton, Fisher, and Garvin joined in the starting lineup by 2 sophomores, Jontez Lee, number 10, and number 32, Khalil Clark. Same starting lineup Altavista used last week. Hayden Amin Gage has been coming in off the bench rather than starting like he did for probably, we'll say, the better half of the first 2/3 of the season or so. Here comes the Appomattox Raiders. 8-13, coached by John Kelso. I believe it's his 3rd season now. They average 52.5 points per game, giving up 63 in their last 5. It is a 5-game losing streak that comes after a 3-game winning streak for the Raiders. So much like a lot of high school teams and maybe basketball teams in general, they can run a bit hot and cold. They're going to start number 23, 6'4 junior, Owen Chavis. Number 13, Caden Kessler. He's a 6'1 senior. 6'3 sophomore, Braylon Wardell in the starting lineup. Number 5, sophomore Levi Mann. High praise from Coach Casey Johnson in our pregame interview for Levi Mann. Really loves that young guy's game. And the 5th and final starter for Appomattox will be, where is he? Where's the 5th starter? Oh, walking out on the court right now. No, we got Braylon Wardell. Oh, it's number 1, Harrison Ramsey. Pardon me, number 1, Harrison Ramsey. So Ramsey, Mann, Wardell, Kessler, and Chavis for Appomattox. Altavista's got Garvin, Slayton, Fisher, Lee, and Clark. Balls in the air. Let's play some high school hoops. Appomattox wins the 5th. They'll go right to left from my perspective in their home white jerseys. Top passing got an open look for Levi Mann. He couldn't convert from the right side of the steal. An offensive rebound attempt, but the Colonels boxed out well, and it's an on-the-back/over-the-back foul on Caden Kessler. His first for Appomattox, first for everybody, 13 seconds into the Caps first quarter. Caps on North Main Street in Altavista. Speaking of renovations and refurbishing, looks fabulous in there. Jontez Lee will catch a cross-court pass from Spence Fisher, sprinting his way to the right edge of the backboard. He had a shot blocked, but Jontez Lee was fouled in the act of shooting. 2 from the line here, line right, far line from my perspective. I'm in the top step of the bleachers at Appomattox County High School. I think we're in about row J again. I think we had 10 rows up here. As Jontez Lee, 5'7 sophomore, will toe the line and brick his first single attempt. Early sub for Appomattox, number 4, J.Q. Ferguson, stepping onto the court quickly for Caden Kessler. I believe Kessler picked up both those fouls, one on the offensive side or the rebounding side, and then one trying to block Jontez Lee. Colonels are on the board first, 1-0 in the top of the first inning as Jontez Lee does scratch out one of those singles. Appomattox basketball scoring on the hoop to my left. That's closest to the entrance here at Appomattox County High School. Harrison Ramsey, high left point, harassed by Jontez Lee. Jontez Lee might get a 5-second count. Oh, he got a steal anyway. Stripped it away from Ramsey. Pitches up ahead to Jamari Slayton, who lays it in confidently and comfortably from the right side. Colonel's first field goal, and now the lead is 3-0. 55 seconds into the Caps' first quarter. Altavista's in their road orange unis, by the way. This is the end of a 4-game road trip for the Colonels, and they'll be on the road again Saturday. Even if they don't go to Rapp County, they would be headed to Brunswick. Here's Slayton catching in the deep right corner. Leaves it for Khalil Clark. Khalil Clark powering up and in for a Dukes. and the Altavista lead is 5-0. 6:40 left to play in the first. Full court pressure from the Altavista Colonels. Raiders throw it long to Chavis, who is waiting on the front court side of the timeline. Here's an open three from Levi Mann. No good there, but an offensive board by J.Q. Ferguson. He's back to the hole. He got hacked in the act. Count the basket and a chance at the end one. Raiders are on the board. 6:29 left in period one. 5'10" junior Jacarius Ferguson. Good-looking player. Speed and strength. We've been seeing that so often from so many guys that we talk about. He will roll home the free throw. 3 the hard way for J.Q. Ferguson, and Altavista's lead now trimmed to 2. Appomattox has got a little kind of a half-court trap waiting for the Colonels. Colonels break it. Jamari Slayton swashbuckling through the lane, an underarm pass to Christian Garvin was deflected, and then Garvin, in an attempt to recapture on the right baseline, lost the ball. Ooh, there's a timeout. Altavista called a timeout. Coach Casey Johnson, realizing that Christian Garvin was about to lose the possession, called for time. We'll stay right here and remind you to visit shopcaps.com to learn more about Caps Home Center in Altavista and their other 3 wonderful locations as well. Shopcaps.com. Yeah, the playoff matchup for Altavista, if they win tonight, will be Rappahannock County. We made a trip up there back in, it was the year after the COVID year, so I guess that makes that 2021. Does that sound right, fans? Maybe it was 2020. We'll have to revisit that in the archives, especially if the Colonels do lock in that matchup. If Altavista were to lose and Buffalo Gap were to get a win tonight, the Colonels would drop to the 6th seed, meaning they would travel to 3 seed Brunswick. Basically, the scenarios right now, and Coach Johnson has mentioned that website, Region 1B Weebly. Put that in your search engine if you want to know more. Slayton passed from the high right elbow to the corner for Christian Garvin. He overshot the mark on a 22-foot 3-ball attempt. And here's Altavista's second foul of the night, or is it just their first? It's on Christian Garvin, by the way. No, it's on Jamari Slayton. Got that wrong. Altavista's second as a team. 6:04 left to play in the first. Levi Mann, couple dribbles, snap, pass. Oh, he threw it right out of bounds. Altavista's defensive pressure deserves a lot of credit there for the cause. Turnover. Played exactly 2 minutes in the ball game. Both teams have had some struggles holding on to the rock. But Altavista will bounce the sphere into Christian Garvin, who made himself available. Just right of center, 22 feet away. Sprint dribble, rim run. Garvin got whacked in flight. Couldn't roll home the lay-in. But now Garvin with 2 free throws from the line right. Foul there was on number 0, Connor Elliott, who's checked in the ball game for Appomattox. Colonels have yet to substitute. Christian Garvin misses the first free throw. He's joined outside the lane by Jamari Slayton and John Tesley. Spence Fisher and Khalil Clark waiting in the backcourt to set up the Altavista defensive pressure on a made or missed free throw. Garvin, right-handed shooting senior, staggered stance. It's the second one to drop off the back plate and just kind of fell down to the netting. Here's Owen Chavis, catches the ball high left point. Cross-court pass to the right sideline. Now it's taken away by Jamari Slayton. Throws it up to Spence Fisher. Fisher's left-hand lay won't go. Backboard got slapped. Count the basket. We've seen that in consecutive games now. You can't hit the glass, the backboard. You actually can't hit the rim either on a shot block attempt after the ball has already touched it, or when the ball is over the cylinder as well. So it doesn't necessarily need to touch the backboard to have that goaltend. And, the classic goaltend with those old school guys like Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is that they would grab it when the ball was on the way down. They would just set up in front of the rim. So that's where the rule comes from. Not many guys we've seen in high school game can do that. But, again, you can't disturb the backboard after the ball has gone up there. So it's actually 2 points for Spence Fisher. Crash out by a couple of players on the baseline right as Jamari Slayton was fighting for his feet. It'll be a foul on Slayton, his second. Altavista's got 4 here, and we're not even midway through the first quarter. Here comes the first sub for the Colonels. Reinforcements in the form of Demarius Tanner. Number 5 checks in. He joins the other 4 starters. Raiders have used 7, I believe. Connor Elliott, the second sub after J.Q. Ferguson. Levi Mann wants to clear everybody out of the backcourt. Now he'll work with a dribble on Jontez Lee. He's on the pass into row C. That's partly again, due in large part, really, to that defensive pressure from the Altavista Colonels. They forced Levi Mann and the other Raiders into some bad passes. Right now, it's a 5-point Altavista lead. This match is the biggest of the evening for the Colonels. We've got 5:25 left to play in what feels like kind of a slow-moving first quarter. It's presented by Capstone Center. North Main Street in Altavista. Jerry Rice has checked in. Go Colonels, need a W. We'll say hi to some more folks as our game goes on. Khalil Clark out for a breather. Aiden Engage in for the boys in orange. Demarius Tanner runs it into the front court, angling to the right wing. Now the ball's in the left corner for Ami Engage. Fisher fakes the three. Snap pass to Jontez Lee, who gets it to go on the floater. What a look from Spence Fisher. He's a feeder and a finisher. Great find, Jontez Lee with a big touch. Owen Chavis, open three. Rips off the iron into the hands of number 3, Noah Christian, who becomes the 8th Raider to play. There's Levi Mann at the top of the key. Appomattox with a second chance here. Nearly stolen by Garvin. Now it is taken away by the Colonels. Aiden Engage will finally gather the possession. Short pass to Fisher. He tosses along the left sideline. Jontez Lee, rainbow three, no good. Fisher digging for the rebound. It's off an Appomattox player, pardon me. That means Colonel ball with 4:39 left to play. They'll inbound underneath their own scoring bucket, baseline left. Leading by 7. 10-3 Altavista. Aiden Engage. 10-foot pass to his right for Spence Fisher. Fisher, right-hand dribble, got to the nail, passes behind him to Demarius Tanner. Tanner flashing through and scoring. Demarius Tanner, 5'8" sophomore. We saw a lot of that against Gretna. Demarius Tanner playing with confidence. He showed it there. Timeout on the court. This is a 60-second breather for Appo. We'll step aside for 30 of it with 4:25 remaining in the first period. It's Altavista 12, Appomattox 3 on 105.5 KD Country.
You deserve to get good service and great rates. At State Farm, we get it. And we're here to help because with every State Farm policy, you get good neighbor service and you get surprisingly great rates. So what are you waiting for? Get going and talk to a local State Farm agent about your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Contact your State Farm insurance agent in Lynchburg, Ben Hildreth.
I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Virginia at highschoolofficials.com.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
We return from an Appomattox timeout and a slight technical hiccup. It's right now Altavista 12, Appomattox 3. 9-point advantage is the biggest of the evening for the Altavista Colonels. Colonels commit a foul in the backcourt. That was Jontez Lee. I think it's Lee's second. Altavista's over the limit. Appomattox is in the bonus. That'll put Levi Mann on the free throw line left to shoot 2. J.Q. Ferguson got an and 1, a field goal and a free throw. The only point so far for Appomattox until Levi Mann just bottles that first free throw down. 12-4. More subs for the Raiders are going to go number 3, Noah Christian, and number 11, Braylon Wardell, 6'3" sophomore, who started. He's back on court. Second free throw also goes for Levi Mann. Necessary there for Appomattox. How about Christian Garvin? Warp speed to the hole for 2 more. He beat everybody down, including the announcer. I was writing down Levi Mann's free throws there as Christian Garvin raced it to the hole. Appomattox has thrown it away again. High-pressure Altavista defense causing problems for Appomattox. Colonels won the first meeting back on December 16th, 74-69. Very good ball game there. And Appomattox was without Owen Chavis that night. Spence Fisher outside the paint left threw a pass that was intercepted by the aforementioned Owen Chavis. Appomattox basketball, front court left, and the home whites trailing 14-5. Here's Levi Mann. White headband. Great look. Austin Reeves, the outstanding talent for the Los Angeles Lakers, one that rocks the old school white headband. There's more than that. Now guys like those kind of dry fit nylon composite material bands rather than the old sweat band like we used to wear in the 80s and the 90s, but you'll still see a few of those as well. Owen Chavis with a takeaway at the free throw line. Passes up ahead, in stride to hit Harrison Ramey, who collects and scores. Some traction here for Appomattox. Raiders are down 7. 3:20. Nobody got between Demarius Tanner and the rim until it was too late, and Tanner got fouled. I think Coach Johnson wondering why he didn't finish that. Tanner had a hole you could drive a truck through. He might have been surprised at how wide open the lane was. I think Appomattox is in a man-to-man, and a couple defenders got switched. They went to switch back, and nobody was guarding Demarius Tanner. Everybody was looking the other direction. Foul was on number 5, Levi Mann. Tanner's first free throw is true. Colonels as a team shoot over 60% from the free throw line. That's been a strength all season long. It's 11.2 makes on 18.5 attempts per game. 15-7 Altavista. Second free throw for the right-handed shooting sophomore is too strong. Rebounded out of the sky by Braylon Wardell. Passes to the right sideline for Levi Mann. He'll retreat, dribbling towards the Altavista goal instead of his own, but it worked. He was able to curl around the defense and get the ball into the front court. Levi Mann has it back on a boomerang pass. Floater was an air ball. Appomattox with another offensive rebound. Mann grabbing the loose ball and going to the goal, was fouled in the act of shooting. Levi Mann's going to have 2 bites at the apple here from the line left. 3:07 left to play in the Caps' first quarter. It's Altavista 15, Appomattox 7. Levi Mann, sophomore. Braylon Wardell, sophomore. Noah Christian, sophomore. Those are the 3 sophomores. There's 6 juniors to go along with 3 seniors. So Coach Rashad Kelso will have a lot in his arsenal coming back next year. Coach Casey Johnson having a good chat with Coach Kelso before the game. You can almost always see Coach Johnson chatting up the other team's head coach. Coach Jay and I have talked about how he really enjoys that, getting to know these other coaches, and maybe you pick their brain about something, but, just trying to be a professional, trying to be a real human being, right? Here's Demarius Tanner. Penetration attack again. He left it over for Jamari Slayton, who scored it from the low block right. 17-9. Slayton's got 2 field goals. Colonels will block a shot on the back padding, and it was touched off Braylon Wardell. Wardell had a shot blocked, and as the ball was going out of bounds, it grazed his right shoulder. It's Altavista ball. Raiders couldn't believe it. Levi Mann went to go grab the ball from the ref to put it back in play. Instead, it's an Altavista possession with a chance to go up double digits. 17-9 right now, Colonels lead. Tyshawn Davis is in the ball game for the Colonels. He'll snap a pass to Demarius Tanner. Tanner, lane line left, scores, and he got hit on the way up. Demarius Tanner really is playing with full confidence. He's got a chance to get some bang for his buck, and N1 potential here for Demarius Tanner. Colonels are up 10. They might go up 11 if he converts the free throw. This is what Keith Piper and I saw in the second half against Gretna. We saw flashes of this for Demarius Tanner in the early season, in December and early January. Minutes kind of went down there for a while for DT, who did make the free throw, by the way. He really is playing with confidence, though, playing well. Offensive rebound for Braylon Wardell. He was swarmed by a couple Colonels, made the bucket, and got fouled. I think it's going to be Khalil Clark that gets the infraction. No, they gave it to Christian Garvin, beg your pardon. Colonel's been over the limit for a while. This one was in the act of shooting anyway for Braylon Wardell. 6'3" sophomore. He'll convert his three-point play. Both teams have had multiple three-point plays here. It's fun to watch. Old school kind as well. Make the two-pointer and get fouled. Nobody has hit a long-distance 3 yet. 20-12. Altavista's lead stands at 8. Here's Garvin sizing up the D from the top of the key. Fakes left, goes right, flies. Missed the finger roll, finished with the right hand. Rebounded by Braylon Wardell. Raiders into the front court. Here's Chavis. Passes left wing. Levi Mann side questing through the D. Uses a pivot foot. Gets to the rim and scores. And he was fouled. Levi Mann with the hoop in the arm. I'm going to dig into my quote bag and find more ways to talk about these old school and one three-point plays, because we are seeing a plethora of them in quarter one. Levi Mann, most recent, with a chance to convert from the free throw line. Subs back in for the Colonels. We get Karsten Hughes first action. We saw him briefly against the Gretna Hawks on Friday. Junior varsity call-up. Good player. Oscar Briggs and myself really loved watching Karsten Hughes on the gridiron this year. Levi Mann does convert. Another old-school three-point play. Chavis is out. J.Q. Ferguson back in. He had the first three-point play for the Appomattox Raiders. 1:49 left to play. Raiders have cut the deficit to 5. Colonels went up by 11 briefly in this ball game. It's been an elastic lead for Altavista. They have never trailed. It started with a 1-0 lead after a free throw. Demarius Tanner, over the shoulder pass to his left for Spence Fisher. Can't line it up from the left wing three-point range. Here's a foul on the floor. Is this on Appomattox or is this on Altavista? Orange or white? Still waiting on the call. Foul is on number 5. That is Demarius Tanner. I think it's Tanner's second. Colonels, by my count, have 9 fouls now in the first quarter. 20-15 is the Altavista lead on top by 5. 92 seconds left to play in the opening period. Colonels have Tyshawn Davis, Jontez Lee, Demarius Tanner, Spence Fisher, and Karsten Hughes. Fisher stepped in front of a weak pass and intercepted it. Right-hand dribble to the right wing. Hesitation, tween. Now passes cross-court left for Demarius Tanner. Tanner wants to get to the top of the ladder. He got absolutely ambushed on the lay-in try, but fouled. And now 2 more free throws for Demarius Tanner. Boy, he's getting to the hole, too, isn't he? Demarius Tanner, again, I can't say enough good things about this sophomore for the Colonels. Colonel's sophomore class can really be electric. They've got a bright future. Demarius Tanner, Jontez Lee, Cortez Moon, Tyshawn Davis, Aiden Amingage, Khalil Clark, all sophomores. Grayson Cox is the lone junior for Altavista. A lonely senior night for Grayson Cox next year. You never know. Things can change. Tanner missed the first free throw with 1:17 left to play in the first period. Second one will go down. Both teams subbing a lot now. Here's Christian Garvin back on the court for the Colonels. 21-15 is the lead right now. Appomattox is 8-13 on the season. They've lost 5 in a row. And they're looking to go out with a bang here in 25-26. They'll break the Altavista full court pressure. Harrison Ramsey tried to throw a pass from outside the lane left to the deep right corner, and it was not on target. Credit the Altavista defense. Even when they don't truly cause the turnover or get the steal, they speed you up and force you to play the tempo, which is sometimes not conducive to good basketball. 1:02 left to play in quarter number 1. Jontez Lee catches a pass, 2 steps to his right, passes right to Tyshawn Davis. Wanted to give it back to him. Instead, it's Christian Garvin that will step in front and take the ball. Back to the top of the key. Jontez Lee lets it fly. Wide left from straight away. Spence Fisher, offensive rebound. Tried to contort himself around the backboard to the goal and got fouled in the act of shooting. Both teams are really gobbling up fouls now. It's going to be interesting to see as this game goes forward if both squads are going to have enough manpower. I always say that. Never seems to be a huge problem. We've seen Aiden Amingage foul out of a couple ball games, but it's never developed into a scenario where the Colonels have a lineup out there that they wouldn't feel good about anyway. We've said Altavista likes to go pretty deep down their bench. And there's a positive for that, too. When you do get in foul trouble, you're not playing a 9th or a 10th guy who doesn't have much experience. You're playing a 9th or a 10th or an 11th guy who plays regularly. Fisher missed the first free throw. Southpaw shooter can't swirl the second one home either. 21-15 with under 40 to play in the first quarter. Appomattox basketball still in the backcourt. Connor Elliott, number 0 in the game. Got going too fast, lost the dribble, out of play. Good defense from Karsten Hughes there, who wears number 34 in orange for Altavista. Colonels ball now with 35 ticks left in the first quarter clock. Just realized Cortez Moon not in uniform for the Colonels. Number 0 that's Christian Garvin. Ready, willing, and able to stroke home the first three-pointer for either ball club. Garvin strikes from the right wing, and Altavista's lead is back to 9. 24-15. Raider basketball, 12 on the ticker. They have lost it again. The home team struggling with the long passing. having a hard time keeping the ball between the boundaries. Altavista's defense rather suffocating right now. 10 on the first quarter stopwatch. Fisher, fastball pass to the right wing for Garvin. Has it back. Aiden engaged. Fakes a three. Fisher has it. 2 on the clock. Lets it fly. No good. Rebounded into the hands of J.Q. Ferguson. Horn blows. That's how the first quarter ends. Good one for Altavista. They lead by 9. Colonels 24. Raiders 15 on 105.5 KD Country.
There's no playbook for buying a home, but having the right teammate makes all the difference. That's why first-time buyers and families across Altavista trust Susan Hammock at Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. From local grant programs to step-by-step guidance, Susan helps you move with confidence, whether it's your first home or your next. She's proud to support our Altavista Colonels and proud to be your hometown lender, both on the field and in our community. Remember the name, Susan Hammock. That's Hammack. Online at SusanHammock.com.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
8 minutes in the rear view. The Altavista Colonels have led the entire time. It's 24-15 A-Town now after a really good first quarter of basketball that I think the Colonels, that's indicative of their style of play. It's the brand of ball that they really want to hit you with. Full court pressure, half court pressure, force you into some bad passes. Yes, Altavista's going to give up some layups when they gamble a bit and go for the double teams. But overall, it's a sustainable way to play for the Colonels, and I think it really fits their roster. Altavista shot it well, only 1 3-pointer. They were pretty good from the free throw line and not bad from the field either. Right now, Demarius Tanner, I believe, leading all scorers with 7 points. And I've double-checked it. He does. Garvin has 6 by my count. Foul in the lane here. Appomattox player was dumped to the turf. It's hardwood. By Aiden Engage. Should be Engage's first. Raiders get it in. Here's Levi Mann. Snap pass to the right wing. Connor Elliott thought about a step-back three. Instead, he'll give up the rock. We're 30 seconds into the second quarter. It's brought to you by Caps Home Center. Harrison Ramsey lets it go from the right wing. No good. Great effort on a rebound there by J.Q. Ferguson. He was getting boxed out by Spence Fisher. He managed to lean over Fisher's body, grab the ball, and then save it in off of a chasing Karsten Hughes. Hughes is playing a lot more minutes here. He got in against Gretna. And Keith Piper might be able to back me up on this. I mean, it felt like he played probably less than half a quarter. Let's say 4 minutes at most. In this one, it looks like he's already gotten 4 minutes in the books. And we're only 7:17. We've got 7:17 left in the half, so we're less than a minute into the second quarter. Altavista ball after a weird pass that actually hit the backboard for Appomattox. Hughes, trigger ready for three. Too much mustard from the left side. Rebounded by Levi Mann. Zigzag dribble. Got to the high right point. Bricked it from 15. Pulled out of the sky by Spence Fisher. Long lead pass up ahead for John Lee. He got bumped. Running banker wouldn't fall for John Lee, but 2 more free throws coming up for the sophomore. This would be free throws by my count, 11 and 12 for the Altavista Colonels here. Raiders shot a good amount. Looks like 6. Not as many as I thought. Didn't really complete my point the way I wanted it to. John Lee missed the first single. Second freebie on the way. Karsten Hughes out. He'll get high marks from the team and Coach Casey Johnson. Demarius Tanner back in, speaking of high marks. Noah Christian returning to the court for the Appomattox Raiders. John Lee made the back end there, and Altavista's back up 10, 25-15. Levi Mann, sprint dribble, now taps the brakes, behind the back, passing along the left baseline. The number 0, Connor Elliott. His pass was interrupted, but not intercepted. And number 11, Braylon Wardell, scores from the right side inside the paint. Foul here by Levi Mann. Kind of stymied John Lee just in front of the midcourt stripe. Mann did not agree with the call. Referee didn't seem to mind a little bit of disagreement there. Colonels by 8, 25-17. Garvin ready to go. All net, no rim. Direct hit for Christian Garvin from the right wing. Second time he has struck from distance, pretty much the same spot. Garvin's got Altavista back up 11. This match is the biggest advantage of the evening for the Colonels. Levi Mann chased, swarmed, harassed in the backcourt. Able to pass it into the front. but now it's stolen by Spence Fisher. Fisher through the center circle and across the Appomattox logo. Garvin again, same spot. Missed it on the heat check try. Now it's the Raiders out and running. Connor Elliott stepping through defenders with a live dribble, gives it back to Levi Mann, who will compose the offense a bit. Settled play here as Chavis jump pass to Connor Elliott. He has to retrieve the ball in the deep right corner. Appomattox in the home whites. Here's Elliott. Pocket pass to Owen Chavis, and the pocket was not big enough. Altavista defense too stingy there. It was a bit overzealous by Connor Elliott. Chavis had a drop. He had a step on the defenders, but Elliott just could not squeeze it through there. And it got deflected off a Colonel and then off Chavis out of bounds. So it's Altavista ball. Demarius Tanner, hammer dribble, right hand, passing left of Slayton. Slayton gets it back. They'll play pitch and catch. Two-man game now. Jontez Lee gets involved. Left mid-post. Colonels basketball scoring on the far bucket from my perspective here. In the top step of the bleachers at ACHS. Altavista has to save. Nearly backcourt. Good play by Slayton. Ball fake from Demarius Tanner. Can't finish from the right side. Rebounded by Khalil Clark. He got tied up with J.Q. Ferguson. Held ball situation. Colonels didn't like Braylon Wardell interjecting himself. With a little bit of rough housing there, the possession arrow will favor Appomattox. So it's Raider ball. They'll need 11 to draw even with the Altavista Colonels, who have led this entire game. No ties, no lead changes yet. 5:09 left to play in quarter two. Levi Mann, again, retreat dribble, navigates to the far right sideline. Forecourt left for Appomattox. Raiders will try a three. Connor Elliott, left-handed shooting junior, can't make it. Long lead pass up ahead for Demarius Tanner. Tried to go off the window and missed. Rebounded by Levi Mann. Squeezed through a couple defenders. One-hand bounce pass to Elliott, who pops it right back to him. Mann will angle to center, getting picked up at the timeline by Demarius Tanner. Appomattox ball. Another three coming. Braylon Wardell strokes it home. There go the Raiders. First triple of the contest for the home team. Good crowd in the gym tonight. Appomattox sports seems like they always get great support from the community. We'll call it 87% full. And it's an 8-point lead for the Altavista Colonels. 4:20 left on the first half clock. Less fouls in this quarter anyway. First quarter, both teams are in the bonus, and I had Altavistas committing 9 team fouls. Amari Slayton got dumped to the deck hard, lost the ball. Catch and shoot three from Connor Elliott. No good. Slayton will run down the rebound. He's fine. Oh, look at him step on the gas. Sees Appomattox is out of position. Shoots and scores. Savvy stuff there from Jamari Slayton. Had 12 points against Gretna. 5 rebounds in there, too, for Slayton. Looked like he was kind of shaking off the cobwebs as his head kind of bumped the floor. He was actually just fine sprinting by everybody to score a bucket. Slayton will commit a foul now in the backcourt. Got that as 3 on Slayton. Could that be right? Let's see if he comes out of the ball game here. Mass subs for the Colonels. Now Slayton's staying out with Tyshawn Davis, Christian Garvin, Spence Fisher, and Karsten Hughes back in. Definitely more minutes for Hughes. 3:45 left to play in the first half. Appomattox, home whites, front court left. Man, was waiting in the corner for a while. Wanted the ball, finally got it, missed the 3. Altavista heads the other direction after the defensive rebound. Hughes down the left channel with pace. Passing in the corner to Jamari Slayton. Wraparound dish to Fisher. Good job to find Tyshawn Davis, but he was blocked at the rim by Levi Mann. Ball movement was outstanding for the Colonels. They just missed the cherry on top. Crossover dribble from Harrison Ramsey. He threw it out of bounds. Tight cover from Tyshawn Davis really bothered him. I mean, Tyshawn Davis, when he really wants to lock you down on the open court, you need a safe cracker or something to get by him. I mean, he is rock solid. Altavista leading by 10, 30-20. Here's Garvin. High right post. Driving in. Got absolutely obliterated. Ball swatted out of bounds into his shoulder. That's Raider basketball after the block shot. Referees are letting the guys play for sure. I think both teams have actually matched what the officials are calling. And it's interesting because I said the refs called a lot of fouls in the first quarter. Overall, I think very good officiated game. Appomattox ball. Missed a shot. Second chance try for the Raiders. Catch and shoot 3 from Noah Christian. Nowhere close. It hit the left side of the backboard first. Garvin faking left. Slight hesitation. Shooting. Missed. Raiders want to get out and run. Colonels will hustle back and play defense. 2-on-2 scenario. Now it's Harrison Ramsey. 1-on-4. He got stuffed by Carson Hughes. Hughes is really showing out here. This is the coming out party for Carson Hughes. He didn't do anything bad against Gretna. But this is something else right here, elevating his game in just his second varsity contest. 2:29 left to play in quarter number 2. It's presented by Caps. Altavista basketball. Spence Fisher across the timeline on the trot. Now it's Tyshawn Davis. He'll wiggle his way in and score. What a tough finish. Used some English to get it to go. Off the window. Rolled around the 10 briefly and then dropped into the twine. Offensive foul on Ramsey. He pushed Davis out of the way trying to come free. Tyshawn Davis is an absolute difference maker right now. What a unit the Colonels are running with, and they lead by 12. We'll pause for 30. Timeout on the court with 2:11 left to play and a half. It's Altavista 32, Appomattox 20 on 105.5 KD Country.
Visit shopcaps.com to learn more about Caps Home Building Center in Manita, Caps Window and Door Showroom on Electric Road in Roanoke, Caps Home Building Center in Troutville, and their newest location in Altavista on North Main Street. Shopcaps.com.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Altavista is getting great contributions from some guys not in the starting lineup, namely Carson Hughes, Tyshawn Davis, Demarius Tanner has been great. Now, don't get me wrong, the starters haven't been bad. Christian Garvin with 2 3-pointers for the Colonels. Spence Fisher's been his usual steady Eddie self. Jamari Slayton has had some flashes of brilliance. For Appomattox, they cut the Altavista lead down to 5 at one point. That was after falling down 11. I think some well-placed timeouts by Rashad Kelso, but now he's starting to run out of them. He's used a couple already, trying to stall out this Colonel momentum. He looks up at the scoreboard and sees his Raider squad down a dozen again. It's 32-20, and it's an Altavista inbound play. They'll lob it for Garvin, stolen out of there by a very, very athletic number 13, Caden Kessler. Colonels will steal it back. Garvin wants to dunk it home. He will throw it down. Didn't exactly crunch the rim down, but it's a dunk nonetheless for Christian Garvin. Got it with 2 hands, up above the cylinder, pushed it right into the netting. 34-20, Altavista with their biggest lead now, 14. Kessler, 1 fake, 2 fake, shoots from the left side, no good. Offensive board by Levi Mann, tough stuff there. He'll have a clockwise spin, shoot, and score over 3 Colonel defenders. Raiders needed that. 34-22. Altavista by 12 again. Garvin, full speed, right baseline, gets to the hole, got bodied out of bounds. And it is a shooting foul. Garvin barely got lifted there, but he was definitely in the act of shooting. 2 coming up for Christian Garvin from the line right, with Altavista on top and in charge by 12. 34-22. Once again, I think Appomattox is going to have an outstanding year next year. Doesn't make you feel real good at the tail end of a season where you have a losing record, especially if you're one of the seniors and everybody's talking about, oh, there's so much talent coming back next year. Well, as a senior, you're kind of like, hey, this was my year. So a little bit bittersweet there, but certainly we like to lean into the positives. I think Appomattox is going to be a force to contend with. And this should be a good, fun matchup to watch. It always has been. I was going to say it'll be a good matchup to watch in years past. I mean, this matchup always delivers some great basketball. 35-22. There's a foul on Jamari Slayton. He was coming to double team. Tyshawn Davis, again, was just putting the clamps on Levi Mann. Mann tried to dribble out of the pressure. Slayton was going to meet him before the midcourt stripe. That is foul number 3 now, and Jamari Slayton shaking his head. Doesn't love the call. Does have a bit of a smile on his face, though. He is playing hard. Colonels are as well. You cannot miss the effort from Altavista. You cannot miss their enthusiasm, the pace and the passion they play with. They've really limited Owen Chavis, by the way, who touched that ball. He shot it 1 time, but not much else. Chavis is a knockdown shooter and a big body inside as well. He has really been kind of non-existent right now. We'll get the ball outside the lane. Pass intercepted by Carson Hughes. Hughes got fouled as J.Q. Ferguson was trying to chase behind and steal the rock back. Shots coming up for Carson Hughes. He wears number 34 in orange. Second varsity game. Did talk to Coach Johnson briefly about Karsten Hughes. Said just wasn't sure if he was going to get the minutes he needed to develop on the varsity team. So rather him play, 20, 25 minutes a game on the JV, 30 minutes a game maybe, as Hughes knocks down the first free throw. You'd rather a guy play and get game reps. I think as the year went on, Coach Johnson realizing, this Karsten Hughes really can help the varsity ball club. He fits in with what we're doing. Deep knee bend for the left-handed shooting freshman. He missed. He's got a lane violation anyway, yeah. Wouldn't have mattered if he made it. Somebody for Altavista came across early. 50.8 seconds left to play in quarter number 2. Colonels by 14, 36-22. Altavista with a steal, and guess who? Karsten Hughes bounces across the lane, left to right. Jontez Lee picks it up and scores. 38-16. Colonels by 16. 38-22, pardon me. Another steal by Karsten Hughes. This guy is everywhere, and he sticks it home on the run. Hughes with his first field goal. Colonels by 18 now. 40-22. Altavista with another steal. Jontez Lee had it. Appomattox stole it right back. Raiders need to settle things and try to get a good shot off here before the half ends. 15 seconds left. Chavis will pull for 3. Missed right of center. Offensive rebound. Pogo stick back to the rim by number 4, J.Q. Ferguson. There's a foul as Altavista's putting the ball back in. No, Spence Fisher stepped on the baseline. Turnover. Colonels were putting the ball in, and Spence Fisher was not completely out of bounds. Seen that a couple times this season. 40-24 is the Altavista lead, but Raiders with perhaps the final shot to end the second quarter. Sometimes guys get going so quickly, you just kind of step across the line. Garvin stole it. Colonels are going to get a chance to beat the buzzer. It's still Garvin. Rim to rim, line to line, coast to coast. Christian Garvin scores, and the horn does sound to end quarter number 2. What a half for Altavista. They're on top right now, 42-24. Finch and Finch halftime show on the way next. You're listening to 105.5 KD Country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by these sports club sponsors.
El Cerrito. Throw on a sombrero and shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only El Cerrito can serve up.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, Altavista, where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
Dairy Freeze. Hamburgers, hot dogs, and of course ice cream. They're doing it right at the Freeze. Main Street, Altavista.
Select Air, mechanical and electrical, keeping you comfortable in your home or business. Our team is certified and licensed to handle all of your heating and air, plumbing, electrical, and design build needs. Come join our team. We're hiring service technicians and installers.
At Craftsman Custom Home Builders, they provide a hassle-free building experience with a locked-in price up front, saving endless hours going from supplier to supplier. Find everything you need in their showroom located on Timberlake Road. For more details, visit CraftsmanCustomHomeBuilders.com.
Thanks for listening to Altavista High School Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Hello, I'm Trey Finch, the 5th generation Finch family to serve this community. We are proud to be the only Virginia funeral home to win the Pursuit of Excellence Award from the National Funeral Directors Association. We offer many products and services in addition to the ones that are expected, such as pet cremation and burial, custom printing. We also capture your loved one's DNA and fingerprints and have many options to go along with that. And of course, our most popular employee, Oliver, the Golden Doodle therapy dog, which is available to all families at their time of need. Please reach out to us if you'd like to learn more about us and what we have to offer.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch halftime show begins with the Altavista Colonels on the road and in charge, 42-24. 18 is the biggest advantage in a first half that has seen the Altavista Colonels lead the entire time. Started out with a 1-0 advantage after a free throw, and it's grown. Altavista has gotten incredible contributions from Karsten Hughes. Second varsity game ever, and he is playing like he absolutely belongs. We talked about the bench play, guys not in the starting lineup. The Colonels have a 5-pack that you could argue could match those starters, and all the guys play so well together. I mean, it's not exactly one 5-man unit, and then here comes line B with a different 5. Coach Casey Johnson has been mixing and matching all year. He continues to do that, and all these guys seem to complement and play well with each other and play well for each other. Everybody likes sharing the basketball. That's been evident tonight. For Appomattox, not exactly a dismal first half by any means. The Raiders have just had too many turnovers. Altavista's defense has forced them into some bad passes, bad possessions, rushed possessions. I think when Appomattox kind of settles themselves and plays at their pace, plays at their tempo, they're as good as anybody. But right now, the Altavista Colonels are speeding the Raiders up a bit, and I think it's really, really hurt Appomattox. 42-24 is the Colonel lead right now. Finch and Finch halftime show. Finch is a family serving family since 1905. Check out their website to learn more about one of our outstanding partners, Finch and Finch. And I'm already starting the campaign to get Trey Finch in that Hall of Fame, the Altavista Athletics Hall of Fame. You know, he was a name that came up this weekend. It was last weekend. It wasn't this weekend. He was a name that came up at the ceremonies. And the guy, I think that the resume speaks for itself. And we'll just see. Time will tell for Trey Finch and so many other Altavista greats as far as what their legacy and their future holds for a potential Hall of Fame induction. And, you know, all those Hall of Famers, I love the fact that they mention a lot of times their teammates and coaches who are not Hall of Famers because, you know, if it was just the Hall of Famers playing ball, well, you wouldn't have enough for a team. Everybody needs the team and the support, and everybody really, when they buy into the team concept, it's that rising tide lifts all boats concept. Everybody gets better. And we're seeing that with the current generation as well. I think you can say that for the Appomattox Raiders, too. I know the Raiders are 8-13. There's a lot to like about this ball club. We'll talk about some of the things to like for Appomattox. We'll talk about Altavista. We'll give you some more playoff thoughts here because that is right around the corner. A Saturday start to the Region 1B tournament this year. Altavista looks to lock in the 5 seed in Region 1B. It would be traveling to Rappahannock County. More on that and so much more hellos and shout-outs to everybody tuned in just a bit as well. Thank you for listening this Tuesday night. It's a fat Tuesday. Altavista is letting the good times roll right now. They lead by 18, 42-24 over Appomattox. You're hearing it live on 105.5 KD Country.
Hey everybody, it's Kyle Haney talking about my great friends at Lynchburg Garage Door. I just love this company. Locally owned and operated. All these guys and gals grew up in Central Virginia. They love serving this community, providing high quality service for your garage door and more. High integrity with this company as well, okay? They're going to get it done right at a fair price. Lynchburg Garage Door. You want to learn more? Check out their website. It's garagedooroflynchburg.com. Garagedooroflynchburg.com. You can call them at 434-546-0308 or just use your search engine and look up Lynchburg Garage Door. See what they can do for you. See why I love this company so much. Lynchburg Garage Door.
This is Altavista High School Sports on WKDE. Altavista Lynchburg 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Hello, I'm Trey Finch, the 5th generation Finch family to serve this community. We are proud to be the only Virginia funeral home to win the Pursuit of Excellence Award from the National Funeral Directors Association. We offer many products and services in addition to the ones that are expected, such as pet cremation and burial, custom printing. We also capture your loved one's DNA and fingerprints and have many options to go along with that. And of course, our most popular employee, Oliver, the Golden Doodle therapy dog, which is available to all families at their time of need. Please reach out to us if you'd like to learn more about us and what we have to offer.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
It's 105.5 KD Country, WKDE. We're in our, I guess it's our 64th season of high school sports on KD Country. What a legacy. Every game is fun and unique and offers something up. This one, no exception. First half score, 42-24. Altavista leading by 18. Let's go with the halftime scoring numbers. These numbers are unofficial, as I hope you know by now. But, hey, I keep throwing it in there. So, obviously, it tells you my lack of confidence in the record keeping and possibly the mathematics as well. For Appomattox, I got Connor Elliott with 2. Harrison Ramsey has a deuce. J.Q. Ferguson 6. Levi Mann with 6. Braylon Wardell, 8 for Appomattox. He has a three-pointer in the ball game, the only one for the Raiders. They look like they are 7 for 8 from the, double check that. Looks more like 5 of 8 from the charity line for Appomattox. On the other side, the Altavista Colonels, who lead 42-24. And Altavista averaging 67.5 points per game as a team. So this halftime number, the pace continues, would put them well over that average. In the first half, Christian Garvin, 14 to lead all scorers. He made 2 3-pointers. That's the only triples Altavista had in quarters 1 and 2. Jamari Slayton was 6, Spence Fisher 2, Demarius Tanner 7, Jontez Lee 4, Khalil Clark 2, and Karsten Hughes, in just his second varsity game, has contributed 3 points, and I will say at least 5 steals. That doesn't count another half a dozen instances where he has harassed a ball handler or deflected a pass or contributed to a bad pass potentially. So Karsten Hughes, I think his value is just skyrocketing right before our eyes. Say the same for Demarius Tanner. And I love the confidence. I know that's sort of ambiguous. You know, when you watch a game, any sport, how do you know if a guy or a gal is playing with confidence? Well, I think it's one of those things where it's hard to put into words, but you can just see it. And I'm seeing it from Demarius Tanner. I mean, we saw flashes of this in December, not as much in January, but now he seems to be playing more confidently. He's getting to his spots. He's taking his shots. He's making better decisions. He's playing more in the rhythm of the game. You're seeing that from a confident player. They match the tempo of the other 4 guys and the game flow as well. Sometimes when you're not confident, you freeze a little bit. You hold the ball when you should go fast, and then vice versa happens too. You go too quickly when the situation calls for a bit of a slowdown. Demarius Tanner is playing great tonight. Colonels came out of their halftime locker room really early. Appomattox took more time in the dressing room. I think Rashad Kelso has had his finger on the pulse of his ball club. He's called some timeouts to try to stall out this Colonel momentum. But the Altavista snowball just keeps building. 42-24, Finch and Finch halftime show wraps up here from Appomattox. Kyle Haney hanging out with you. Getting some more hellos in. Jerry Rice, Lewis Bryant, Ken Bryant, my buddy Bud Moses, Dan Dunkel, Dan Kaufman, Dan Lanier. The 3 Dans. Say hello to the Tweedy and the Haskins family. We're playing ball again in half number 2. Christian Garvin picking up right where he left off. Bullseye from the right wing. Garvin's got 17. Altavista leading by 21. Right out of the break, they pick up right where they left off. The opening possession. Here's Braylon Wardell curling around the defense, put his shoulder into the defender and scored. I think they got Khalil Clark with the foul there. We are 26 seconds into quarter number 3. It's brought to you by Caps Home Center, North Main Street in Altavista, and online at shopcaps.com. Braylon Wardell. We talk about bright spots and players to like. 6'3" sophomore, wiry, plays with quickness, has a good touch around the rim. Made the first free throw. Pretty good touch from 15 feet away as well. 7:34 left to play. Colonels have a different 5 to open the quarter. No, it's the same starting 5. Altavista got the offensive rebound. Appomattox got the offensive rebound. Ball ends up in Caden Kessler's hands, and he scores. 45-27. Altavista basketball. A 3-point possession for Appomattox. Not exactly how you draw that up, but 3 nonetheless. Jontez Lee side questing through a low pass that hit Garvin's shoe tops. He recaptured, but that allowed the Raider defense to really swarm him, and he got in trouble. We're 1 minute into the third quarter. Double team, now takeaway. 3-on-1 fast break. Garvin hopping up, missed the lay. Rebounded by Caden Kessler for Appomattox. Chavis will hand it off to Ramsey, who came on the overlap right to left. Ramsey gets it back from Chavis again. Hesitates, fakes the 3. Catch and shoot tray ball coming from Mann. Short ironed it. Rebounded again. Appomattox with a back-to-back offensive boards on possessions. And Owen Chavis calmly knocks in a 14-footer. His first points of the ball game. 45-29. 6:25 left to play in the third. Colonels in the road orange jersey scoring on the basket to my left. Pocket pass from Jamari Slayton. He found a cutting Khalil Clark, who was streaking in across the baseline from the right corner, but he got tied up, and they'll call it jump ball. And this will give it to Appomattox. Clock was running briefly, and then they stopped it. We're not in a running clock situation because of the margin yet. Harrison Ramsey will get in the lane, passes right to Caden Kessler. He scores. 45-31. Raiders are fighting. 16-point ball game all of a sudden. Altavista went up 21 with the opening three, but Appomattox, another steal. Raiders looking for more. Man missed. He was chased from behind by Fisher. Now a steal by Jamari Slayton. Warm-up drill lay in there for Jamari Slayton. Nobody was close. 0.7 and 8 for the senior. Colonels will get another steal. Loose pass. Fisher, 3-on-2 break. Got in the air, got hog-tied. Ooh, they'll call it an on-the-floor foul, believe it or not. That was the early indication from the referee. Colonels will have a baseline inbound play coming, leading by 16, 47-31. 5:31 remaining in quarter number 3. No, it wasn't the act of shooting. Okay. I think one referee went and told his colleague who made the signal. Now Spence Fisher will line it up. First one is true. Fisher's third point of the ball game. Aiden Gage is back in the contest for Altavista. It's Amin Gage, Slayton, Fisher, Lee, and Garvin. Sub for Appomattox in the form of the sophomore Noah Christian. Christian, Wardell, Kessler, Chavis, and Mann for the home team Raiders in the home whites. They go left to right. Fisher made 1 of 2. The Altavista lead is 17 behind the back dribble from Levi Mann. Whistles a pass right side. Stolen by Christian Garvin. Garvin looking for the dunk again to the top of the ladder. Missed, got fouled by Mann. Mann did a good job to meet him up high and contest the dunk/lay-in. If you get a guy in the body there, they can call you for the flagrant or the intentional. Levi Mann truly tried to block it. And that's dangerous, too, because you don't want to get put on a poster, is the term. When you try to contest a dunk and the guy, or gal, again, the women dunk, folks, when they dunk over top of you, and the phrase comes from a poster you would hang on your wall, that would be a good picture. A player dunking on another, your favorite player dunking on top of somebody and scoring it. So that's where the poster phrase comes from. Garvin blanked on both. 48-31. 5:05 left to play in the third. Traveling violation. It's going to be a backcourt violation anyway. Noah Christian was straddling the midcourt stripe, got across it, realized he was going to pass it in the backcourt, and the feet were kind of continuously moving while that entire thought process went down. Just over 5 to play in the third period, presented by Caps. Altavista basketball, front court left. Zone defense from Appomattox. They've been in this primarily. Garvin going to shoot him out of it. Another tray ball coming. Same result. Down the hatch. Triple goes for Christian Garvin. He's got 4 from outside. Timeout on the court. Jontez Lee is bear hugging him with a celebration. Garvin has gone over the 1,000-point mark. They have stopped the game because Christian Garvin has reached the 1,000-point plateau. Does it with a right wing three-pointer. He has hit 4 times tonight from the right wing. Photo ops coming here with the team and Coach Casey Johnson. Families getting in for the senior Christian Garvin. Number 0 for Altavista becomes another in a list and a legacy of 1,000-point scorers for the Altavista Colonels. Saw this last week at Nelson County when their big gun, Bryce Giles, got over 1,000 points, playing with a teammate, Colton Ward, who's got over 1,000. Now it's Christian Garvin hitting from outside to get Altavista's lead back to 20. 51-31. Garvin in the game now with 20. So that matches the Colonel lead. Garvin's over his season average. Got 27 against Gretna. And Keith Piper and I have just been in awe of this young man his entire career. He's gotten better and better this season. His scoring has become so reliable this year. And it seems like the last month, Garvin's been 25, 27, 29. Hasn't gone for that 40 burger yet, we expect or we think could be in the bag for Garvin. but just so dependable, so reliable, great student. He is thought of as a potential Division I kind of football player. Maybe Division II, maybe Division III. I think he could have a basketball future on the next level as well. That's something he opted to pursue. It'll be Appomattox ball in the right forecourt. Got knocked out of play briefly as we get back in here after the 1,000-point celebration for Christian Garvin. 4:30 left to play in the third period. Still a lot of ball left. This game's not over yet. We know the Raiders will keep fighting, especially on their home floor. Appomattox 5-5 in this gym this year, which again is better than 500 is better than the season win percentage at 8-13. So that tells you they have played some of their better basketball at home. Rock gets spilled out of play, so it will be Altavista possession after the turnover. Raiders look like they're in their 2-3 zone again. Altavista has Aiden engaged, left wing, catches one bounce, gets it back from Fisher. He'll let it fly from three. Bingo. Aiden engaged, first points of the night. Trifecta falls from the left wing. Altavista by 23, 54-31. Oh, Garvin poked it into row two. Nearly got a run out steal. He would have had an open look to the basket there if he could have completed the connection. Under 4 to play in the Caps third quarter. Appomattox looking for traction again after a good start to the third period. Altavista's really been coming out with a bang in the opening portions of third quarters lately. Owen Chavis outside the paint and left wing three-point line. Missed from 15. Offensive rebound by Braylon Wardell. He'll turn and fade away with a jumper that was short, but he was fouled in the act of shooting. Braylon Wardell at the line right, a chance to add to his growing total. In double figures now with 10 points. First one up, first one in for Braylon Wardell. 3:38 left in the third quarter. Here come the reinforcements for Altavista. The rear guard action will include some names we talked about a lot earlier. Demarius Tanner, Karsten Hughes, and Khalil Clark. John Tesley and Christian Garvin stay for the Colonels. How many subs lately for Appomattox as Wardell cans both? Raiders have Wardell, Chavis, Kessler, Mann, and Christian. Altavista basketball after the freebies. Colonels by 21. Garvin from way downtown. No good. Karsten Hughes, offensive rebound. One bounce. Nice jump pass to Khalil Clark, who shot an air ball, partly because it was blocked. Rock rolled free. Levi Mann picked it up. He is double-teamed on his own baseline. Wings a one-arm pass, 45 feet across the timeline, up to Kessler, who will spin it home from the right side on the move. Nice assist from Levi Mann. Might have been too many dribbles from Kessler for Mann to get an assist, but I'll give him one on my count. Here's Garvin. Sprint dribble. Turn the corner. Missed a shot. Levi Mann's got a run out. He tried to dunk it with the right hand and missed. Khalil Clark, a muscular rebound. He got bodied out of bounds as he was sort of headed that direction anyway to collect the possession for Altavista. That's a foul on Levi Mann. Jameel Scott in the ball game for his first activity and action for Appomattox. And so is the second new face we got out there. That's number 15, Bernard Myers. So add Myers and Scott, the players that have gotten on the court for Appomattox. Altavista, 54-35. Demarius Tanner getting to the rack one more time. Came just inside the lane line left. Split a couple defenders, made himself skinny going through the lane, and scored. Demarius Tanner's got 9. Confidence, there's that word again. Demarius Tanner's got a steal. Behind the back dribble. Lean, shoots. Got fouled. 2 free throws coming for Demarius Tanner. This is what I mean. Confident, definitive actions. Sharp moves. Going to the right areas. Reading the plays. Trafton Warham is in the ball game for Appomattox. This is a kind of a new look quintet for the Raiders. It's Bernard Myers, Jameel Scott, Trafton Warham. You've got Levi Mann still out there. We've called his name all night. We've also talked about Braylon Wardell a lot. Braylon Wardell, pardon me. And just as I run down the 5-pack for the Raiders, they'll change up and get Owen Chavis back in the ball game, along with number 0, Connor Elliott. 57-35 is the score. Second free throw coming up for the 5'8 right-handed shooting sophomore. That's a mouthful. Demarius Tanner. And Tanner made the free throw. Got a steal. Missed from straight away. Jontez Lee has it back. Pardon me. That's Tyshawn Davis. Spence Fisher. Catch and shoot three. No good. Rebounded by Karsten Hughes. Fisher spins away from contact and sticks it home on the move from the left side. Spence Fisher missed a three. Team worked hard to get it back to him. He decided to get in closer and score. Foul at number 5, Demarius Tanner, as the Raiders are putting the ball back in play. 60-35 Colonels. 60-35. Altavista by 25. They led by 9 at the end of the first quarter. Doubled that. It was an 18-point advantage after 2 periods. We might double it again. They might be up 27 by the time the third period ends. Good find. Trafton Warham was waiting underneath the basket. Owen Chavis was being pressured. He passed over the defenders and threw a good delivery to Trafton Warham, who scores. Colonel's ball, front court left. Tyshawn Davis. Are you kidding me? Nitty goes. 18-foot jump shot from TD. His first points. Who says the mid-range jumper isn't used anymore? Owen Chavis catches right of center, bulldozing his way to the pocket. And he got fouled in the act of shooting. Owen Chavis to the line to shoot 2. He's scored 1 field goal. Chavis has not been quite as much of a difference maker as we've become accustomed to in his career, and he is just a junior. 6'4". Well thought of on the baseball field. Chavis missed the first free throw. Chavis, right-handed shooting junior. Second one on the way for number 23 in white. Won't go. Rebounded by Demarius Tanner. He'll spin away from some pressure. Now on the dribble, angles, runs through the center circle, passing right, gets it back top of the key. Got to the high left point, passing to Karsten Hughes. He'll drive the left baseline. Pass got redirected. Back to Demarius Tanner. Pulls up outside, knocks it down off the window. Are you kidding me? 17-footer off the glass and in from Demarius Tanner. Who does that anymore? That's like Larry Bird style, using the glass from way out there. You see guys use the window on the lay-in all the time. You get the backboard a lot when you're 5, 6, 7 feet around the basket. But from the mid-range, 15, 16, from the angle too, the 45-degree left-wing angle, you got to be kidding me, Demarius Tanner. That is full confidence to even try it. Fisher, a defensive rebound, throws it up to Karsten Hughes. He'll streak in and score. And he got bought by Harrison Ramsey. A potential three-point play coming for Karsten Hughes. We saw a lot of these and ones in half number 1. Not as many in half 2, at least not yet anyway. Karsten Hughes has a chance to get one right here. Talk about playing with confidence. This Frosh is fitting in and thriving. 66-37. Altavista could be up 30 if that one goes. It will not fall. Rebound tracked down by the Appomattox Raiders. Harrison Ramsey down the right channel. Passes to the baseline. Shot was missed from the right side. Point-blank range. Jamil Scott got his own rebound. A second chance try also wouldn't fall. Traveling violation on Khalil Clark as he stumbled trying to run the fast break for the Altavista Colonels. Connor Elliott and Caden Kessler back in the ball game for the home team. 66-37. Altavista leading by 29 right now. Colonels put up 91 in the Smith Mountain Lake Christian ball game a couple weeks ago. Line drive shot missed from the left side. Good contest by Karsten Hughes. Colonels on the move quickly again. Tyshawn Davis can't score it from the left side. Good pressure by number 0, Connor Elliott. Elliott ends up with the ball in his hands. Crossover dribble. Looks at the clock. Had 2. Got rid of it in time, but it wasn't close from 54 feet. Third quarter done. Altavista by a bunch, 66-37. Colonels on top as we head to the final 8 on 105.5 KD Country.
59.
Proud sponsor of local high school sports, United Country Lake Realty and Auction is the largest integrated real estate and auction company in the world. They know how to promote and list your property to get the highest possible price. With experience and dedication, they're the partner you can trust to deliver results. Call Andy Pribble at 434-426-5573 or visit PribbleAuctionGroup.com.
Down there, I have a 75 and I sold 61.50.
You're in the right place for Altavista High School Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Fourth quarter set to get underway here from Appomattox County High School. So much great history in the area, of course. And sometimes we'll talk about history and geography on these broadcasts. Maybe not as much of that tonight. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Could mean the basketball on court has had our full attention, and it really has. Right now, the Altavista Colonels lead by 29, 66-37. So they did expand the lead. Won that quarter by 11. Karsten Hughes, catch and shoot three, left side, no go. Rebounded by Jameel Scott. Cleared some Altavista defenders and his own teammates out of the way. Raiders on the run the other direction, right forecourt, home white jerseys. They've thrown it into row two now, though. Again, the high-pressure defense from Altavista causing so many of these turnovers. Appomattox, the record shows 8 to the good, 13 to the bad for Altavista, hovering around the 500 mark. 10 up and 11 down for the Colonels as they look to get back to an even 500. In good shape to do so, barring a monumental comeback from the Appomattox Raiders. Colonel's second possession of the quarter. Same look. Karsten Hughes for three. Drains it from the left wing. Karsten Hughes coming out. Party continues. Wow. 69-37. Steal by Karsten Hughes. Had help from Khalil Clark. Hughes, long pass into the front court. Right on target to Demarius Tanner, who will score another one. I mean, these two guys right there, Tanner and Hughes. My goodness. Speed move by Connor Elliott to get around a defender. Three coming from Jameel Scott. Caromed off into the hands of Kessler. Kessler, power dribble up to the iron for two on the offensive rebound. Raiders needed that. Colonels lead 71-39. Fisher looks around, finds Karsten Hughes. Lefty lets it fly, in and out, no good. Fisher, offensive rebound, has to save. Perfect pass to Khalil Clark. Missed from 10 feet straight away. And then Clark fouled. No, he walked. Oh, no, it's a foul on Khalil Clark. Too much contact. Getting the rebound back. (71-39). The Altavista Colonels in front. They have never trailed in this ball game. We have had no ties unless you count the 0-0 tie that we start the game with. Scoop lay-in will fall from Levi Mann. It finished there in traffic for Mann. I think it's his first field goal of half number two. Cuts the Altavista lead to 30. Demarius Tanner lost the basketball on the dribble near sideline left. Double teamed by Ramsey and number 5, Levi Mann. So let's stay here. There is a timeout on the court. Altavista has taken it. It's a good start to the third quarter for the Appomattox Raiders, but Altavista with really just some outstanding stuff again, continuing the theme. The quarter breakdown looks like this for the Colonels. They won the first quarter by 9, outscored Appomattox by 9 in quarter number 2, outscored the Raiders by 11 in period 3. So no paragraph has been a complete blowout for the Altavista Colonels, but you add up 9 and 9 and 11, and all of a sudden you find yourself up 30, which is what the Altavista Colonels are at right now, 71-41. Timeout wrapping up. Next timeout, we'll try to talk about this Region 1B basketball tournament, which is really going to be fun and wide open. You know, hoops is a tournament sport. March Madness right around the corner for college. NBA playoffs, we still got some time for that. Devin Shelton, are you in? Haven't heard from Devin Shelton. And I want to hear from Devin Shelton, but he might be busy tonight. Offensive foul. It was at the high right point. Noah Christian was trying to dribble around Jontez Lee, and he hooked him. It's about 35 feet away from the basket. Never makes you feel great to take a foul out there. Here's Jontez Lee. Got low to slide a pass to Jamari Slayton, who came down the baseline left to right, but missed the lay-in try. Appomattox ball, trying to get closer. Down 30 right now. Catch and shoot three-pointer was an air ball. Spence Fisher, rebound, throws it long. Slayton catches high off the window. He had Owen Chavis ready to pack it from behind, but Slayton with some craft there to lay it in way up top on the glass and drop it down. Above the box, you know, there's that white box above the rim that basically takes up maybe half the height of the backboard. He threw it closer to the top of the backboard than he did that white square. This three-pointer will go. Levi Mann, step back, triple, book it from the deep left corner. Now the Raiders with a steal. 5-0 burst. No, they can't complete the lay-in try. Nets hung up on the rim there. Usually they'll stop play for that, but the referees either haven't seen it or they do not care. Jontez Lee, free throw line jumper, short. Rebounded by the Raiders now as they head the other direction. Levi Mann at the controls. He'll send a pass to Trafton Warham, who's still in the ball game. Chavis, left free throw line extended, bullets it downstairs. This one will roll in. Braylon Wardell got the drop on the defense, and he got the drop in the bucket. 2 more points for Appomattox. We're midway through the fourth quarter now. We've played 4 of it. Steal by Owen Chavis. Read kind of a lazy looping pass. Chavis got it back from Mann. Bold Engage. Oh, blocking foul on Aiden Engage. Owen Chavis with a chance to join this and one party. Chavis at the line. Clock is stopped with 3:49 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jamari Slayton back in the ball game for the Altavista Colonels. It'll be Slayton, Jontez Lee, Demarius Tanner, Aiden Engage, and Christian Garvin. A 1,000-point scorer. Christian Garvin, the Millennium Man. 1,000 and change now for Garvin. Congratulations once again to the senior for Altavista. What a player on the gridiron, too. Demarius Tanner, there's another one. He took on 2 defenders, shot in a crowd, and scored it. Boy, his big night continues. Demarius Tanner, 16. That should be a career high for him. Traveling violation. Looks like a timeout. Timeout on the court. Yeah, let's stay here because I do want to talk about this Region 1B tournament. Cumberland is the number 1 seed. If you want a number, it's a 6.83 rating, if you understand what that means. You can actually look that up on the Region 1B website. You can see the algorithm and the metrics. So Luray is the 2 seed. We've seen Luray come to Altavista and put a pretty convincing victory up on the Colonels. That was at the Bob Johnson Classic in mid-December. Brunswick is the 3 seed. Rappahannock County, the 4 seed. Not the same high school as Rappahannock, which is out on the northern Neck Peninsula. This Rappahannock County is on the western side of Route 29, kind of above Madison County and sort of in between Charlottesville and Harrisonburg. You want to kind of use that as a geographic guideline. We've been to Rapp County before. I think that was in the 2021 playoffs. Really a thrilling ball game there. Raiders will throw it in bounds. That pass got stolen. I gave you the top 4 seeds. Let's hold on for another break here. As Jontez Lee wants to let it go. How about that one? Absolutely pure direct hit from 21 feet for Jontez Lee, ripping the cords. And the Colonels' 3-point shooting really has come alive. Garvin's got 4. Hold that thought. Altavista with a steal. Demarius Tanner checks the rear view mirror. He got drilled in the back bumper and made the shot anyway. Heavy collision coming out of turn 4, but it did not stop Demarius Tanner from scoring another one. 7 in the first half for Tanner, 11 in half number 2, and a chance for another and 1 for this sophomore who is growing before our eyes. Keon Clark, Demarion Davis, and Andrew Stone are in the ball game now for the Altavista Colonels, who lead 80-49. Free throws a no-go from Demarius Tanner. This is the 5th time this season the Colonels have gotten 80 or more. Number 14, Jameel Scott, straightaway 3, barely kissed the iron. On the way down, it went into the hands of a Raider teammate. They missed the second chance try, but how about a third shot attempt coming for Appomattox after a couple offensive rebounds? Colonels defense is pressuring. I think it's a man-to-man defense right now for the Colonels. Another 3-point try from Bernard Myers. Won't drop. Demarius Tanner once more angling in. Shot was blocked. Tanner hit the ground hard. He's going to have to dust himself off and go play some defense. 80-49 is the score right now. Altavista leading by 31. Most given up this season for Appomattox. And it's been to Altavista 2 times. Demarion Davis, with a steal. Demarius Tanner helped out, but he came down awkwardly at the timeline. Demarius Tanner is favoring the left leg. He's getting some assistance to get to the sideline from Aiden Engage. So we have seen the great stuff from Demarius Tanner. Now we're seeing something not so great. Seeing something no coach, player, or teammate wants to deal with. A potential injury after having, at least from a points perspective, the best game of his varsity career. Hopefully it's nothing serious for Demarius Tanner. He is out of the ball game now. Tyshawn Davis is back in. Demarion Davis missed the first freebie. Looks like Demarius Tanner's putting a bit more weight on that ankle now, so that's a good sign. Demarion Davis made 1 of 2 on that trip, by the way. Altavista has 81-49. 2-minute warning here. 1:57, in fact, left to play in quarter 4. Trafton Warham's back in the ball game. Cross-court pass right to left to Caden Kessler. He floated in. Thought he was going to get some contact. Missed that shot, but was in a good position to get his own rebound and score that. Got fouled. Caden Kessler now with a chance at another and 1. I wish I would have counted them up. I might be able to go back retroactively and look at my notes, see how many and 1 chances we've had, opportunities. Might be tough. It might be something for post-game. Plus, we could listen to the tape and find out. It's not even a tape anymore. It's a digital file. Keith Piper's tuned in now. It's not unbelievable that Altavista could be up 30, KP. Caden Kessler can't convert the three-point play. Rebound chased down by Keon Davis. Here's Andrew Stone outside the lane right. Passes beyond the perimeter to Demarion Davis. Back to Stone. Right corner 3 coming. It's off the iron. No good. Rebound loose. Scampered to first by Jamil Scott. Raider basketball. Under 90 to play. Colonels are going to get a big win. Just a question by how much. Tough season for Appomattox is going to come to a close. Definitely some bright spots. And the youth is there. Just 3 seniors for the Raiders. They've got a chance to be really good in the future. Bernard Myers' three-pointer from right of center won't fall. 1:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. 81-51. Here's Demarion Davis getting through the defense with a dribble. Back to Andrew Stone. 25-foot three-pointer wouldn't go. That was a step beyond the NBA line. Demarion Davis will try a 3 right side. Also a negative. Rebounded by Caden Kessler for Appomattox. Talk more about that Region 1B tournament in the postgame show. Kessler, 2 more for him. Caden Kessler is a senior, so he'll be a big one that Appomattox loses. Keon Davis, rhythm triple. Won't fall. Rebounded by Demarion Davis. Got swarmed by Kessler. Kessler ripped the ball out of his hands. And that is just a jump ball. Arrow will give it to Appomattox. Running clock because of the score, 81-53. Be the last possession of the ball game right here. Let's see who gets a shot up for Appomattox. Levi, man, he wants the speed anyway. Bounces to Kessler. Oh, senior couldn't swirl home that second one. That's going to sting a bit for him. And the horn will sound. It is a comprehensive Altavista victory. They do move back to 500, 11-11 on the year now as Altavista takes down Appomattox 81-53. Heard it live on 105.5 KD Country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by these sports club sponsors.
El Cerrito. Throw on a sombrero and shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only El Cerrito can serve up.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, Altavista, where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
Dairy Freeze. Hamburgers, hot dogs, and of course ice cream. They're doing it right at the Freeze. Main Street, Altavista.
Select Air, mechanical and electrical, keeping you comfortable in your home or business. Our team is certified and licensed to handle all of your heating and air, plumbing, electrical, and design build needs. Come join our team. We're hiring service technicians and installers.
At Craftsman Custom Home Builders, they provide a hassle-free building experience with a locked-in price up front, saving endless hours going from supplier to supplier. Find everything you need in their showroom located on Timberlake Road. For more details, visit CraftsmanCustomHomeBuilders.com.
Thanks for listening to Altavista High School Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
New London Trailers is your trusted trailer partner. Let us help you hit the road with confidence. Whether you're embarking on a new project, upgrading your current trailer, or simply ensuring your trailer is in top condition, our team is here to support you in every step of the way. New London Trailers has been serving Central Virginia proudly for almost 3 decades. Come see us on Route 460 at our website, newlondontrailers.com, or by calling 434-525-1211. 434-525-1211. New London Trailers.
Did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? It's one of those things you just don't know until you know. So now you know. Your local State Farm agent knows how to help you protect your car and stuff for a surprisingly great rate. Want to know how much you can save? Talk to a State Farm agent today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
See your State Farm insurance agent, Ben Hildreth, on Merle Road in Lynchburg or online at benhildreth.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Virginia, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Virginia High School League and the Virginia Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
It's a final from Appomattox. Altavista beating the Raiders 81-53. Colonels back to 500. Seems like we have spent pretty much the entire calendar year of 26 talking about how Altavista has been around or at 500. They're there again to end the regular season 11-11 for the Colonels, and they do lock in the 5 seed in the Region 1B playoffs. More on that in just a bit. Appomattox going to go to 8-14 on their year. And again, in some ways a tough year for the Raiders, but I think Rashad Kelso, head coach for Appomattox, has a lot to feel good about, both this season, the body of work, and the things that they have to look forward to next year. For the Colonels, this is the 5th time they have been over 80 points this season, and that, again, has been so much of our conversation and Coach Casey Johnson's conversations with the ball club. Wants to play fast, is okay giving up points, but thinks they can outrun and gun the other teams. Feels like that is their best brand of basketball. When they are playing fast, when they are forcing the team to play, the opponent rather, to play a bit faster than they are comfortable with, that's when Altavista is at their best. And when you have an undersized ball club for the Colonels, and you have a ball club that is relatively deep, I think, by high school standards. I mean, we'll run down all the guys that played tonight and all the guys that scored. Coach Casey Johnson maximizes that bench. When you have some depth like that, it makes sense to increase the tempo and try to expose that area for a team that may not have the depth. Or if they choose not to use their bench, well, then you're trying to really tire out a top 5 or 6. I think Altavista's got a lot to look forward to next season themselves, but this year is not done for the Colonels. They do lock in that number 5 seed. First 4 seeds, ran those down for you, but let's do it again because it feels a little disjointed and confusing. Cumberland will be the 1. Luray, who Altavista lost to earlier this season, is the 2nd seed. Brunswick 3, Rappahannock County 4, Altavista as the 5. That means they will travel to Rapp County on Saturday. That game is set for a 6 p.m. tip-off. 6 p.m. tip-off. We will be there in Rappahannock County. A little over a 2-hour drive. A couple different ways you can go. You can hit 81 pretty quick and go up that way, or you can go up Route 29 the whole time and then cut over north of Charlottesville when you get up into Madison County there. And so we did mix in some geography. That's great. But Altavista will have to travel the entirety of the Region 1B tournament. Not necessarily, though, if you had an upset, I suppose, in round 1 or round 2. That could give Altavista a home game. But that 4-5 matchup, remember the bracketology and how that works. The winner of that will take on the winner of the 1-8 matchup. That's Cumberland hosting Carver Academy. The other 2 names that we haven't said yet, Buffalo Gap and Riverheads, looks like they'll be the 6 and 7 seeds, respectively. So it's going to be a good tournament. 2 teams will advance to the state tournament. Of course, the region winner will host a state quarterfinal, and the region loser has to go on the road to Region A in the state quarterfinal. Definitely more on that if we get to that stage. But let's put the finishing touches on the regular season and tonight. What a coming out party for Demarius Tanner, 18 points, and Karsten Hughes, 7 points. His contributions may have been even more on the rebounding and the defensive side. It was a fantastic all-around game in just his 2nd varsity game. Remember that name, Karsten Hughes. You're going to hear it Saturday. I am positive And you're going to hear it going forward for the Altavista Colonels. We'll go scoring now. Unofficial numbers here for the Appomattox Raiders, who, again, will finish their season at 8-14. Connor Elliott with 2. Harrison Ramsey, 2. J.Q. Ferguson, 6. He actually scored first, had that opening and 1 for Appomattox. That Altavista went out to a 5-0 lead. Ferguson scored, got fouled. It was a 5-2 game briefly, and then the Colonels really never looked back. They just kept expanding the advantage. But Ferguson will finish with 6. Levi Mann, really talented sophomore, 11 for him. Trafton Warham has 2. Braylon Wardell, another talented sophomore, also 11 points. Caden Kessler, senior, gets a dozen. Great night for him. He had a chance to get 13 and 14 there, but just missed the shot in the closing stages of the ball game. Owen Chavis finishes with 4 points. The Altavista Colonels, let's start at the top numerically, and let's again revisit Christian Garvin. And I talked about some great performances by Tanner and Hughes. Definitely worthy of the conversation, but how about Christian Garvin going over the 1,000-point mark? He did it in style with a right-wing three-pointer. That was actually his 4th trifecta of the ball game. Not that there's anything unstylish about scoring your 1,000th point, from the free throw line or with a lay-in, but Christian Garvin, pretty cool to see him drain it from outside. 20 in the ball game for Garvin. Demarion Davis with 1. Jamari Slayton, a quiet 10. He had a really good night. We're going to get Casey Johnson on the microphone. Spence Fisher, 5. Demarius Tanner, 18. Jontez Lee, 7. Karsten Hughes, 7. Tyshawn Davis, 2. Adum Engage, 3. Khalil Clark finishes with 2. And we'll give Coach Casey Johnson a chance to make his way up here to row 10. He's got some fans talking to him. I think it's parents maybe talking about travel arrangements for Saturday and all that while we wait for Coach Jay here. We haven't done any post-game interviews with Coach Casey Johnson, so this will be a good way to end the regular season, to get him on the headset behind the microphone, talking some ball here. Saturday, 6 p.m. tip at Rappahannock County High School. Colonels will visit there for the 2nd time this decade. Really excited about that. Lynchburg Garage Door pregame show going to start around 6:40. Hello again to the Lynchburg Garage Door crew, Gene Yost and his entire team. Hello to Jimmy Martin, A-Plus Barbershop. You're going to be hearing him on Saturday. He's on Route 460. County Line Mini Mall. Right there in New London. It's a Forest address, but that New London area. Speaking of history, we got a rest of our crew that we love. David W. Shreve will be coming on board for our playoff action. And we got to thank Ben Hildreth, my guy Ben Hildreth, State Farm insurance agent in Lynchburg. New London Trailers, also on Route 460 near the County Line Mini Mall. And so many more. English Construction, Caps Home Center, Atlantic Bay Mortgage, Andy Pribble Auction Group. The list is incredible, and the list of fans is incredible. And Casey Johnson is incredible as he slaps on the headset. Coach Jay, we hadn't done one of these yet this year, so this is a good way to wrap up the regular season.
Not since you kicked me off of football.
Please. We'll talk about that on the bus ride home. Man, this has got to be a really satisfying feeling here to come out with a convincing win.
Absolutely. That's as well. I told the guys just now, that's as well as we played all year. I thought the bench was terrific throughout the game. Part of it's got to do with Christian's thing, scoring 1,000 points, which it was really cool that we had some photographers from the Journal and Miss Brown and then his parents and his family was able to be here for it. And, and we were able to call timeout and stop a game at an away game, which doesn't always happen. But got to thank Coach Kelso for letting us do that. But, guys made shots. We were terrific in the press. We were just I thought we played as well as we were capable of playing tonight.
Let me ask you about a couple individuals here. Let's start with Karsten Hughes. I mean, you said you were kind of thinking about it all year. Does he come up? How many minutes would he get? Is it better for him to play a full game on the JV? Well, he's showing that he's ready for the big time. I mean, what a player.
Yeah, really made some great plays, hit some shots, got some steals, and the thing that I love about all our guys is that he shares the ball, and he was willing to pass it, and he played very well. So hoping for big things for him in the future and the not so far away future this year. So he was great.
Second guy I want to get your thoughts on, and we can continue, but Got to mention Demarius Tanner. I mean, what a night for him. I said on the air, I see him playing with so much more confidence. I mean, I know you'll agree with that. What does that mean to you, though, and what does it mean to him to play with confidence?
Well, that's 2 straight great games. He was terrific at Gretna, one of the few bright spots, and then he carried it over to tonight, which was, he just gets downhill, and he's strong enough. He's willing to – he initiates contact. He's great off the glass. Even hit a pull-up jumper off the glass.
Yeah. I said it was Larry Bird like.
he plays his game. He just plays at his own pace. I want to almost say like a Rod Strickland, Baron Davis type.
Great references.
Aggressive, initiate, make the other ref call fouls, and he's able to do it. It looks like he's playing 3/4 speed, but he was terrific tonight, and we're going to need him moving forward.
Yeah, terrific on the defense as well. I know you were happy with that collective effort defensively. I mean, you got a lot of steals, and then you had them throwing a lot of passes that ended up in the first and the second row.
Right. And my only worry really was foul trouble. We had a lot of guys with 2 and a couple with 3, Jamari and Jontez, and they were just unfortunate ones. And I thought that was the only thing that could slow us down, but we needed to keep pressuring them because I felt like we were still turning them over and rushing them and speeding them up, which is what we're trying to do.
I know you're going to encourage the guys to enjoy this one on the bus ride home. I hope you enjoy it, and then it's back to work tomorrow, right?
Yep, we'll lift and shoot. One thing I've taken pride in is staying in the weight room and I think that has helped our health, is maintaining our level of strength throughout the year and not kind of fading. So bumps and bruises don't hurt us as much, it seems like. And then get in the gym and shoot. And then we'll get 2 practices in and see if we can't go up to Rappahannock County and take care of business with them.
6 p.m. tip Saturday, right? That's the schedule?
Okay.
Is it? That's what I saw.
If that's what Coach Spencer put down, then she tells me where to go, and I go.
We'll say subject to change, but we'll go with that for now. We look forward to talking to you. Congrats, Coach.
Thanks, Kyle.
Regular season in the books. I mean, I think.